And next we'll have, speaking on behalf of the Douglas County Commission is County Commission Chair Patrick Kelly.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. And thanks for the Chamber for inviting the Douglas County Commission to visit with you this morning about our legislative priorities. I'm certainly hesitant to use the most overused adjective this year, unprecedented, but I'm curious about this situation. I know you're thinking I'm referencing the legislative breakfast Zoom, but instead I'm speaking of the Douglas County Commission. On Wednesday, Commissioners Michelle DeRusso and Nancy Thelman adjourned their final meeting. And on Monday, Commissioners-elect Shannon Portillo and Shannon Reed will be sworn in. Hugh, I am sure you were hoping from someone else, but today, on this day, I'm all you got. So seriously, it's been an honor to serve with Commissioners DeRusso and Thelman, and I know we all appreciate their service to the community. And I welcome Commissioners Shannon Portillo and Shannon Reed, and I look forward to working together to strengthen Douglas County. I know all former and recent elected commissioners stand together in condemning what took place at our nation's capital on Wednesday. We have much work to do to buttress our democracy and confront and eradicate racial injustice and come together as a nation. In Douglas County, we cannot be complacent, and Wednesday's unconscionable and unforgivable actions are yet another unfortunate reminder of the work that we have to do. Speaking of work we have to do, we have quite a bit to do here in Douglas County. And in order to do that, we're going to need some help from the state of Kansas. We are appreciative of the cooperation of our legislative delegation, and I know our entire community is grateful for the state funding that's been provided for the treatment and recovery campus of Douglas County. This fall, we opened 2 housing projects, transitions and the cottages, and construction of the crisis center is currently underway. Our county's investment in integrated single entry behavioral health crisis services depends on securing ongoing annual funding for the crisis center. State funding for a small portion of community crisis services will ensure a coordinated effort to provide crisis services, as well as providing treatment and services for individuals who do not have insurance or are not eligible for other funding. We support the state's finalization of the state's Crisis Intervention Act to address the additional needs of our crisis center. As Brad shared a year ago at this event, I shared Douglas County's request to recognize the safety concerns of the South Lawrence Trafficway. We asked the state of Kansas to protect those using this local highway and increase our economic vitality by including the expansion of the South Lawrence Trafficway in the state's next 10-year transportation plan. Again, we appreciate the progress made through that commitment expressed in 2020 to fully fund the Eisenhower Transportation Plan, which includes the expansion of the SLT. And I asked the legislature to honor that commitment. The impact of COVID-19 on the state's budget may cause some to look to reductions or transfers of the transportation program funding. We feel that this action would be short-sighted, as sustained funding of our transportation infrastructure promotes safety, economic recovery, and mobility for our state and region. Finally, I want to draw your attention to 3 additional areas supported by Douglas County where we could use some additional assistance from the state of Kansas. We have made tremendous strides in providing alternatives to incarceration, including pretrial release, house arrest, substance abuse diversion for women, and specialty courts for behavioral health and substance abuse. In order to continue to meet Douglas County's desire to not only avoid jail expansion, but lower our jail population, we advocate for measures to reduce incarceration, eliminate the criminalization of poverty, increase funding for community-based services, and address racial inequities in the criminal justice system. Additionally, we encourage the legislature to allocate increased funding for the Kansas State Board of Indigent Defense Service in order to reduce public defender turnover and caseloads while implementing a client-centered holistic defense model. As our community looks to recover from COVID-19, retraining our workforce and expanding employment opportunities for those in Douglas County will be critical. While we do not know how our community will respond, we do ask, similar to the city, to support enabling legislation authorizing a countywide election to form a special district to provide stable and sustainable funding for Peasley Tech. In closing, we want to share our appreciation for all those who are working on the front lines to combat COVID-19, especially our first responders, healthcare professionals, and public officials. As you know, COVID-19 has a long-lasting and unforeseen impact both on our public health and the economy. We support increased funding and resources for the coordination of public health response, including the deployment of a COVID-19 vaccine. We need resources for our public health workforce, disease investigation, and other tactics to mitigate disease spread, as well as resources to support a successful vaccine rollout in our community. Of course, we have another 11 other important initiatives, but Hugh, this is the end of my time, and you can read the Douglas County legislative statement that you were provided. Our commission appreciates your service, the people of Kansas and our community, and hope you will share these priorities with your colleagues in Topeka. Thank you.